Alright, welcome back everybody to some more Satisfactory. So, yeah, it's been a bit since I've played this, but we will just continue right where we left off. Which effectively means I'm gonna go ahead and briefly walk around the map to also remind myself of the stuff that was all going down. Because, yeah, that seems like a wise decision. So, yeah, of course, we gotta work towards the completion of Phase 3. Which will require some additional milestones to be unlocked. These ones we don't really need, so we're just gonna skip those for now. If it turns out they are handy to have, or I want them otherwise, I can get them later. That sounds reasonable enough. Gas mask is something that we do want. But rubber and plastic are unlocked through here. So that's pretty much required. Alternative fluid transport. Maybe, I don't know if we need this, honestly. And yeah, this is something we definitely need for the ship, and also the modular engines, which are the two parts we need. The stuff over here is really good, but it's just gravy at this point. Getting myself a jetpack would be awesome though. And also getting better transportation options, always good, and better pipes. And then these are unlocked through here. So we need to focus on oil processing. So we're gonna need motors, and we're gonna need encased steel beams. I believe this is what they're called. So let's see, are we going to be making engines for any purpose at all? Yes, we are. And we are not using them. Alright, so this will just continue to produce on its own, and we will have enough in no time at all. And now we need to have a look at encased steel beams. Did I already set those up or not? This is regular concrete. Encased steel beams. I'm gonna be checking around, but I'm not confident that it's set up at all yet. So in that case, we will need to heavily augment the automation process for that. Make sure we have some more of those going in. And this line I demolished for some reason, I can't remember. Probably something we don't need anymore. That's fine. Given the fact that this is literally pointless to have here. Yep. Cleaning it up. There we go. And taking some unnecessary fall damage along the way. Also, yeah, these first off frameworks are already being produced. It's producing it fairly slowly, but it is being produced. Let's check on the power. And we still got about 100 megawatts left to toy around with. That's honestly less than I would like it to be, but it's something. And you are producing the reinforced plates. Got it. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and get an assembler at the ready. So for the industrial cased beams, because I don't see them being produced anywhere. Steel plates or pipes. Alright, well, luckily for me the concrete is pretty much done. But the steel production is probably gonna need to be quite a bit better to handle all of this. Yeah, those are already minor Mark IIs, so I believe this is at exactly, yeah, these are at 100%, then they get split off into here. So yeah, that's not quite 100% effective, of course. Let's see, how much are you producing? You're producing 15 a minute. You're producing half of that, so 22 and a half a minute. I've seen better numbers, that's for sure. You are producing stators, which are being used in what again? Definitely still stators being produced, which go all the way over to here to make motors. Well, that is something we do need, so we should probably find a way to really up our production line when it comes to all of those resources. So, if my understanding from looking around real quick is correct, we basically need more iron. Iron is basically the problem. Coal, like, we got coal. And we can get more if we need to. From the storage container and by using fairly fast belts. So, with that all being said and done, yeah, let's be on the lookout for a better source of iron. Because, let me quickly review this. You're at 100% and you're just not capable of processing all of that. Cool. Got it. First of all, where in the world are we gonna put the rest of these foundries? Do we just want to go up like another level? Just for steel? Or maybe we can expand outwards towards the side? I think we should expand vertic. Yeah, although... You know what? Yeah, let's just expand vertically. Yeah, it's not clipping game. Let's get ourselves some foundations handy. Invalid aim location. Let's see, what's the easiest way to just get this thing on rolling with? Build mode. How do I switch build mode again? R. Right. Vertically. Yes. I know that's fully clipping with that, and I'll fix it in a second. But this way we have an aligned, and now I'm fixing the horrible mess that I made. Because, yes, that looks awful. There we go. There we go, much better. And this time we actually have ladders, so if we place them properly, we won't have to worry as much about all the junk that's involved. Let's see what makes sense as a good place. I think this is decent enough. Although the ladder does need to be a bit higher than that. Yeah, just warning about clipping, but the game doesn't care that much about it. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and go into zoom mode. I'm not gonna worry about the smoke particles sticking out. It's, well, I can accept that. Let's see. How much do we want to up this production? So, we definitely want to up it for sure. Let's go with how crazy do we want to go, because they do require quite a bit of resources, unfortunately. Yeah, they require 45 minutes by default to get those beams producing. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Also, let us double check that we're actually using all the iron on this line that we have. So, you two are each overclocked to go 60 a minute. And I'm guessing that means you produce exactly 120 a minute. Yep. And it is a miner Mark II. Which, yeah, is our best currently available. Which, yes, it does use in case steel beams. Speaking of, I think the crafter for those should be right around here. So, I think we're gonna want just a big amount of it. And since I don't expect it to be capable of producing a stupid amount, the point where I need another, whatchamacallit? Yeah, a fast belt. I don't suspect that will be necessary. So, we're gonna just go ahead and go with a Mark 1 belt. Floor is too steep. What are you? Oh. I think it was facing the wrong way. Then, yeah. As for the recipe we will be using, I'm just a fan of using this recipe, I think. And since we already have the stuff that we need, I'll just throw it in here. Hold on. That's not gonna work. Yes, brilliant. Still a bit close, but still too short. Did I really not leave enough room here? Wouldn't put myself past it, honestly. So another attempt. Alright, that's still way too close. But it does accept these belt shapes, which I consider an accomplishment. So let's input the recipe. You're gonna have the same recipes as before. And now we're just gonna go ahead and say an additional power pole around here. Invalid aim location. Yeah. And where can I connect you? Which one of these poles has any amount of room? That's my main question. Oh, this one actually has quite a bit of room. Excellent. So you should now be producing beams. Yep, but not nearly enough for my needs. And also, yeah, using them for the faster transport belts. Yeah. So let's say we want to power 3 refineries. 45 times 3, 90, 135 is still an awkward amount. But one more refinery next to it and you get 180. Which still not an amount that I really like. But let's see. So what would it take for you to be 40 without wasting efficiency? I could do 5 with 45. 225, that would only leave a little bit of overflow. Yes, I think that would be nice. Especially since they are using quite a bit of stuff. Although come to think of it, we might just want to stick to 3 at the moment and go from there. Yeah, let's just stick with 3 at the moment. Although, hold on. I'm not gonna have a power problem either way. because they use 16 each, we have about 100 left of capacity, which is like nothing. So those 3 already use 48 combined. Let's first of all construct some additional foundation. Well, I contemplate about the possibility of not having enough power generation, which is a distinct possibility that one should definitely not ignore. Let's say we have 2 and we want them to produce steel beams. Rather, hold on. Am I using the wrong machine? So, you produce steel ingots. Don't see the recipe, so what am I using over there? What are you called again? Constructors. Oh, that's nice. They're the cheaper version of that variety. Yep. Well, guess we gotta climb back up there. So constructor it is then. That actually saves me some hassle, because those are cheaper to make than assemblers. Yeah, way cheaper. I can easily crank those out at this stage in the game. So, for steel beams, yeah, you guys need quite a bit to produce these. And in that case, we're gonna get them at 15 a minute. If they get 60, 90, 135, so that does actually match that. Come to think of it, how much do steel beams use? So you guys use 60. So 60, 120, 150 a minute. And that's not enough of what you guys are producing, which is 135 a minute. If we add more, we get 180 a minute, which is actually a rather nice balance, come to think of it. So that would mean about 40 pipes a minute, combined with the one below. Yoink. That would lead to about, this is not producing at full capacity, 45, 52 and a half a minute. That might actually be pretty respectable. Let's see, because I know this thing is not running at full capacity, and it should probably be running at full speed, considering the amount of these first off frameworks that we need. You need 30 a minute. So that would satisfy you, actually. So, actually, since you need 30 a minute, why do I have a random beam in the air, actually? Never mind that. That might actually mean we can divert this line away, just use 2 of these to produce the exact amount that we need. And then we should be pretty good. Assuming my calculations are correct, which I want to go ahead and just double check right now. Alright. What kind of stuff am I missing? Am I missing anything? That's the question. So, I'll produce 45 steel ingots if we give you the proper materials. That's on me to get that sorted out. Because we definitely don't have enough iron currently. You're gonna all be using 60. Hold on. 45, 90, 135. So U3 would be enough to power these two at full speed. However, for the beams, and I'm also gonna need to figure out how to load balance these effectively. So if I feed you with all of these 3, then that should be fine. Then your remaining output, which will be 15, would power half of this one, and I would need an additional foundry over here. And I can get the parts pretty simply. Also, we need to calculate if we have the capacity in terms of power, or that we need to expand again there. Also, looking at you, you're not actually producing enough, are you? But let's see about you. So you require 12 a minute. How much are you making currently? You're just hooked up to one of these. You're making 15 a minute. So that's fine. That's for the plates. Which, come to think of, I'm also making over here, right? Yeah, I'm making like 5 a minute over here. And what are you making? A minute? You're making 5 a minute. So one of those already making enough if I overclock you just a little bit. And yeah, that will do. So currently there's no point in just using extra resources and extra power, but we can just crank up that guy a little bit, and then he's gonna be all good. So yep, that sounds solid enough to me. You can just remain here as the production line. In terms of these beams, we only need 15 a minute, so you don't need a lot of those. And I think I actually forgot what I came to grab for, which is the frameworks. So we're gonna just yoink some off of here. He's currently not the bottleneck anywhere, so yeah, he's not gonna have an issue with that at all. And besides, even if you get backed up for those, the steel will cancel it out anyway. As for the belt being this slow tier 1 belt, that's fine. Like, that works out. So, also, yeah, I think I want to first make the infrastructure here and then we'll set about getting the resources. Boundary over here. That works out. Definitely gonna want, at the very least, a power pole for that. One right over here and also one right over here. We can place one more over here. You can power the one over there. You can power that one over there, that one over there. And then come out to here. And have another power line. Yeah, that's fine because I want you to be able to expand in the future if needed. But how much? Alright, 80. That's like barely within our margin of power consumption. But I would say that works out. So, yeah. So I'm decently happy about that. So that goes up to 90, that's 180. 180, 120. So about 30. So that works out. Now to get these. Yeah, you have no power, that's fine. Let's. First of all. You have room. Perfect. So now you should be hooked up to the central grid. Max consumption is a little bit worrying, but 2.4 megawatts too much, but still that's alright. Oh wait, we're gonna also have our miner. Although that being said, how worried should it be about power right now? Because we aren't consuming nearly as much as our capacity. I mean, guessing that's to do with a large part of the iron that we're making over here. That's all really backed up. And that we have stored a decent amount of here. And here it's being used to make the industrial plates. I'm gonna say we are good enough on power right now. Not good, but I don't see how this setup is gonna fail. So let's see. So first of all, we need to really get steel beams in here. And we don't need it at a crazy speed, right? Yeah, 24 minutes. That's not that bad. So we're gonna use a vertical conveyor and let us do the flows that we need. Alright, this is me eyeballing it, so I hope it's decently leveled. As in, you just make it the wrong way around. Or, hold on. Yeah, it is. Ah, well, glad I'm catching that one early for once. Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, I can live with that. Is it going up again? Let me check. Yep, it is. Alright, can you please go to the right way this time? Please? So now you should be going outwards, right? Yay. Alright. Bit of a messy belt already. But this should at the very least connect them up. Once for good. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna give steel beams priority now. Should I send them all down there just to make encased steel beams? You know what, for now, yes. Merger, please. Did I leave myself with not enough room again? I mean, I can do that, but I don't want to do that, because that's gonna look hideous. Dun, dun, dun. Merger. I should also have a look at that customization thing. Maybe we can go ahead and go all fancy stuff. Because why not? So that sort of future-proofs this area. These will be producing the steel pipes, which we can set up later. And like good enough. So the load balance in here. Now that's gonna be a fun one, because we need to think it out a bit. So they're gonna produce 45. Once I have all the materials and stuff in them ready, they're gonna be producing that. 135, and these should feed about these 3. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a splitter. Right there. We're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a conveyor merger. Right here. And yeah, it's fine for me to use the cheaper conveyor belts because they're not gonna be transporting as much. So with this setup right here, they're all gonna merge into one belt. This one, once we have set up another little bit of construction, is gonna give us about half of that. So we're gonna have 45 with 45. Hold on. Hold on, something doesn't seem right. 45 would make 90. That's actually gonna be too little. Hold on. I got my math wrong. Because it's gonna be 90. So I might just want to overclock 3 of these again. It's 60, so it's easier. And maybe. Let's see. So, hold on. Yeah, my math's totally going all out of whack here. So, we're gonna need to get 16 here, 16 here. That would mean quite a bit. So, 90, 100, 135. Let's split this up. Let's just do this for ease of use. I'll change it back later. 22 and a half. 45 and 45. We're just barely not gonna have enough, are we? Hold on. I'm just gonna grab myself a quick calculator. 45 with 45 with 22 and a half makes 112 and a half. Yeah, that's actually not enough to power these machines. I would need about 7.5 production more, so this would need to go at 30 a minute. So I'm gonna need 60% of you instead to be redirected over there. I could just split it up with 2 belts instead. That's more complicated than I would like. You usually need about 60% here from you. So if I do that, that's because currently I would be getting 50%, which is not enough. If I connect up another one, you would actually go down to 30%, which is not what I want. But I can use a merger here. So you still go in there, you still go in there, you go in there, and then you would have exactly 15 left. So 44, 90, your 30 would be going there, so 120. So these two are covered. If I can just wiggle a splitter in here between, that's covered. Now for you, I want to power both of these. And let's also set you up to steel ingot. So you're gonna be steel ingot producing. And 15, one with that, makes 60, yeah. So you're just gonna need a merger, which is gonna output to right here. So, this setup, the setup was at least getting tidy. I want to keep it tidy. Or at the very least as tidy as I can manage. Splitter right here. With stuff going in right here. That might be a bit hard to get in a correct belch. Yeah, maybe splitter goes here instead, like right next to it. Will you accept the belt that's that short? Yes, you will. You have no trouble fitting either of them. But not from this side. Yeah, not at all. Let's just make this. I don't love it, but it will do, and I really don't want to revise the design anymore. I already have. Going through an electric pole though is easily fixable. In fact, you actually have room, so the other one doesn't even need to exist. So, yeah, this is ugly, but it will do. Splitter is going right here, and can afford that. The other option is actually gonna be too slow. Although, hold on. 45, 55, 63. Wait, is my math wrong again? Hold on a minute. 30. No, it is right. It should be exactly 120. So this setup, once it has been supplied with the necessary amount of items, it should be good to go. So it's gonna require 180 coal, which we have a transport that's currently not stressing at all. So let's see. Mark 2. We're definitely gonna need Mark 3. And I'm gonna want a separate lineup there. Which means I need to go ahead and just scrap some steel beams off the belt here. And I'm probably gonna be stealing everything from the belt here, because I know I'm gonna need quite a bit of these. Yoink, 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 yoink. Like, to be clear, we are currently producing steel beams at a moderate enough pace. Just nowhere near quick enough. Dun dun. 71. 75. That should hold us over for now. Dun dun. Yep. 90, 180. Perfect. So, and this should provide 100% effectiveness for both of those. 180, so we're definitely gonna need to get a bunch of splitters up in a row. Let's say the first input here is always coal. Let's just make that a rule of thumb. Yeah, I don't think you're actually. I think he's lined up with the one behind the thing. Yep. Well, luckily we don't fall that far here. Splitter once again. Yeah, it's saying it's seen it as both, but I think this will be actually the right one. Yes, that's lined up properly. The first one will always be that. Yes, that looks good to me. Actually it doesn't. that lines up with that over there. For the individual inputs, we don't need the fast belts at all. For the other stuff, it's gonna need speedy belts. Even though technically the last part doesn't need it, let's try to be as concise as possible. Emphasis on the word trying, but Gotta try something at the very least. Well, but where would it make the most sense? Probably to build it from underneath. And I'm fairly certain we're already gonna have issues with not having enough resources. So nope, because I want it from underneath, so that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Let's now check the actual height. I think it's too low. Yeah, nope. You have an easy way to just extend that? No, we don't. Yeah, let's just hold it. Hold it. Not the fanciest belt work ever, but it will do. And let's double check that it's not actually pretty good in terms of level with the ground. So that's good. I do definitely not have enough belts for this though. It's funky, but it works. So we're just gonna need more of these. Yeah, even with Mark IIs, I would need better belts than that. And yes, we still have a second output line. So we're gonna just hook up directly into that for more production. And in the end, it will be worth it to have more steel. Let's see. So moving up here, that's fine. Let's just yoink some more steel beams, shall we? So yeah, we'll be just getting these steel beams over here. 45 so far. It's a decent amount, but Also, yeah, there's not much point in upgrading the existing storage over there because he still wouldn't really have an effective way of. Although, hold on. Am I allowed to in place upgrade you to an industrial storage? I don't think I am. I can put it right on top of it. Actually... yeah, actually that gives me an idea. We will need to wait until it's all cleared out, of course. But then I can put some foundations on there to make it look decent. And eventually just use this one storage container, which is pretty big, mind you. Yep. And also making sure that trucks runs efficiently is also not a bad thing. Since, to be clear, that thing's just using fuel. Oh, I did see an option for more Ventia type, so maybe we will think about that as well. But let's see. You're filling up nice and quickly. And because you are getting nice and empty so quickly now, that might actually mean our income and transfer rates will go up. Because sometimes the truck would just stop here, drop off like a few items, and then nope, because it's out. Also, apparently, I have some junk in my inventory. Yeah, I even have one of those work in progress items in my inventory, apparently. I should fix that. Yeah, this will continue to slowly empty out, which is fine by me. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and stop by my personal test, where I just keep a lot of miscellaneous stuff, and it's actually full. Luckily they are pretty inexpensive to make. Ironically enough, it doesn't allow me to place another one there. We'll place one here. Alright, I do not need to hold on to these coupons. Circuit boards are fancy and in protein. I don't need. I definitely don't need some primary use. Dinner remains. Don't need this. These can be pretty nifty. These are crafting materials. These are crafting materials. Them ore I definitely don't need. I had so much junk. Chainsaw I'll keep in my inventory because it's handy to sometimes just be able to chop some stuff if it bothers you. In the meanwhile, I want to check out the this one. So yeah, definitely filled it up, but it's emptying it out. Which, mind you, is a very good thing. That is in the meanwhile finished at the very least one of our belt lines. Um, hmm. Hmm. I really am already out of steel beams. Well, luckily this will increase the production once I'm done with it. But I need so many of them. Dun, dun. Yep. And then I also don't need to do this anymore. Because to be clear, I fully expect that belt to be stuffed and me to just have a bunch of industrial case steel beams, but seeing as that's pretty much the goal currently, yeah, it's pretty good to have. The ironic thing though is that steels or iron's probably gonna take a moment to figure out where I'm gonna pull enough from that. Because also coal I'm just expecting to be plentiful available. Also, yeah, our versatile frameworks are going slow at the moment, but like they're going fast enough for now. We will see about the future, but yeah. MK3. Nice. Bit of a steep belt, but like, and game allows me to make such a steep belt, I will make such a steep belt. And to be fair, this one doesn't actually look too crazy. It is surprising, but yeah, it doesn't. At least I don't think it does. So, yep. Also, yeah, it will just fill up the backlog in like a minute. Meanwhile, this can stay here, and once this one's done, emptying out, and I'll put some foundations or whatever under here, probably, so it doesn't look that scuffed. Perfect. We actually have a chance to see it in action. So, I'm just gonna watch it. How much is it gonna load here? Not all the way back to full. That's actually perfect. 351 a minute. Oh. Nope, nope, nope. I want to exit it. I want to open the workbench. Luckily, they are pretty merciful about Pathfinder issues like this, and it will just teleport right back into place in like a minute. So, yeah. Yeah, it tends to get quite wonky at times. But, it works. So, we're also seeing the maximum capacity storage size of this truck, which is pretty high, although, right, Don't know how you managed to get to this side of the wall. I hope this will sort itself out in a minute. Yeah, there we go. The game finally decided, alright. You should be here. And then it's gonna go decently smoothly. So, yay. That takes care of that. You're still quite full. You should have made your way to all the machines, which we will now go ahead and check first and foremost. And then we will be on the quest to get iron. And plenty of it, in fact. So, you're still going smoothly. I see coal up here, I see it up here. Are you guys all filled up? 100, 100, 100, 100, perfect. So, that means the coal part of this expansion operation is done. Which is honestly the easy part. We are really missing iron plates out of all the things. Well, luckily we can get some. Yeah, we're gonna do the same as we did before. I just sent in a bunch of stuff. I'll take about this much. That should also really ramp up the power consumption in the factory. Because that part uses quite a bit. Especially once these all get going. Yeah, that's why the power consumption bar is so high. It's mainly for that. But regardless. And yeah, the belts will probably look a tiny bit scuffed, but I don't think they will be too bad. In fact, let's go ahead and install our belts right away. Yeah, a bit. I think it will just do. And yes, we still gotta go out there and find ourselves iron. But at the very least, let's see, what makes the most amount of sense? So, it should definitely come from below, so I can already set that up here. It's scuffed, but I hope it will still do the job. Warning about clipping, that's fine. So, yep, that will do. And let's see if it's on a decent ground level. Yeah, decent enough. So, we're gonna want 45 a machine. And we have 4 machines. So, we want 180 resources, which means we definitely want to get some portable miners. And definitely stuff to make Mark IIs. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Do I have enough to get Mark II miners? Pretty much everything is checked off, except for some of these. Exactly enough. But to get those resources, we need more than 120, that's for sure. We need 180. So we either need to find 2 normal mine spots of iron, or we need to find a pure node. Well, this is my scanner. Yeah, we're already using that one. So let's just go over to this one. We don't want anything beneath the normal, that's for sure. That's normal, so that would be doable. Let's try to scan again. Okay, guess there a cave or something in the area, because that one might be underground then. We're just gonna run off in this direction and we will see what we come across. Oh. Well, one of those orbs, but that's been work in progress since forever. Or at the very least in this version. Yeah, are there any caves nearby here? Preferably, I would try to find some iron close to my main base. Seems like I'm not gonna have that luxury. Yeah, it seems like most of my resource options here are not that. Or I can just build 2 miners, merge them up together. Did I just do that? I feel like that might just be the most easy option. And these 2 sources are close enough to the point where it doesn't make sense to set up a transportation network for them. These are Mark II miners. You are Mark II miner as well. So, yeah. We're gonna get 2 portable miners here. And then get them over to here. I'm just gonna gamble that the power will be fine once that iron over there has been backlogged. But I should really have a look at increasing the power some way or another. First of all, let's check the current usage, because that's how close we are with power actually. 361.2. That's fine enough. I only need like a couple more from you, so yoink, 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 yoink. Eh. That should actually be fine. So, yeah. Let's now just go ahead, and what we need to do is fairly simple. We need to build a power line with us, that's for sure. You actually still have room, which surprises me, but I will take that immediately. Should be fine. And we're gonna want Mark 3 spells, right? Yes, we do. But I just noticed we are also desperately out of steel beams. Which is it then? And mind you, we don't need to pave the way all the way. Which is gonna save us stuff. Also, yeah, currently that steel or that container that I placed as a buffer, completely pointless. And we should also go ahead and just check in a minute, like, alright, what's the status on the big iron machine over there? I still see them moving, so we haven't quite reached the status of backlogged yet, but given the speed at which the machines are producing, yeah, just that they hold a lot of backlog, but I think it will be fine. So just because my machines, some of them, they're not 100% effective. Some produce just more than the other machines need currently. So, yep. With that all being said, let's see. 95. I think we need to go for another round of yoinking some steel beams because I don't feel like running out again. And then just into yoink more again. And besides, it's fine. In terms of stuff that we actually use. Actually, come to think of it, since I think we need these steel beams more in the short term rather than the long term. Do I want to slow this thing down? It's already going at 50% though. It's already going at 2.5 minutes. Let's just keep it going at that speed because, yeah, with these interruptions with the beams, it's already gonna be slow enough. 103 should do though, for our purposes. MK3. Yep, we're just gonna go through this nice little outclove tin over there. And let's go out there. So that's where one's gonna be built. And the other one will be right over there. Now, they will need... at the very least tier 2 belts. But they don't strictly need tier 3 belts. I also forgot to bring more industrial base beams. Which is game. Oh. Well, he just got a crash. Well, let us hope the autosave wasn't it. That's not great. Let's see. Yep. It is an autosave that it's indicating. So fingers crossed. Are you gonna be? Okay. Let's see. Is this the part where I was still collecting beams? I think it was. So, not great, but like, not the worst. Also, I don't know what caused me to crash. I really don't. But I seem to be doing like not that much. Well, alright, that's still there. So, that's still fine. Let's go ahead and make 10 more industrial base steel beams. Which... gonna say might indicate that I don't have enough, what do you call it? Steel. Or concrete. Yeah, whatever. I hadn't connected this one over to here. I don't think. Oh, wait, that one's actually over there. Eh. Hmm. Let's see. Oh. One is right over there, one is right over here with the hill. I think this is good enough. Merger can be on standby. Should definitely output to there. And also in Mark III, so let's see. We also have plenty of stuff for Mark II belts, which is good enough in this case. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. MK2 miner. Yep, you should be about there. And then we're gonna have MK Mark II over to here. Yes, and then the power line can go from... Can we just directly reach these? I would be surprised. Well, still surprised, but I will just take it. So they should be producing 120 each. Then merge into one that can handle 270. And over there, they're gonna require 180, which should be more than sufficient. So, yep, you're gonna see that there's gonna be just a tiny little gap here and there, not even that noticeable, honestly. And our autosave did actually go through. So, whatever problem there was before, it is gone. Which, sure, that works out. Well, let's have a look at our efficiency in a moment. See if my numbers are actually correct. Is your efficiency... Yeah, that's at 100. You are at 100. Good. You are also at 100. Good. And you are also at 100. Perfect. So this is producing as expected. You're already at 99. You're also already at 99. Seems like these might just need to be Mark II for the throughput. So let's see. Except for that belt over there. So I don't think it matters too much, like at all. But we have plenty of resources to upgrade those belts, so yeah, let's actually just go ahead and do that. So nice. I don't know why you're saying you're at 99, like, come on. I'm guessing it's gonna need quite a few iterations to get to 100%. You are also sitting at 99. They should be at 100%. This is at 100%. This one is you. You're at 99. I don't know why it thinks it at 99, but I'm not gonna be bored about it at all. So, yep, that's automation of steel improved. The pipes we still gotta hook up, but those aren't the highest priority currently. Let us see in the meanwhile, because I wanted it to change the coal that was coming into a higher tier container. And it seems like in the meanwhile that container on the bottom side has actually cleared out completely. So we're just gonna remove that and install a new belt over here that also, as a bonus point, doesn't actually clip there, which is much better. So, yep. There's still more than enough coal over here. Yeah, that's for sure. And yeah, the incoming rate was actually 0 for a bit. Because none of this was being used at all. And now it is. So let's zoom in all the way over to there. Which means we should probably, if we have a good reason, we should upgrade the usage of the coal that's being fed into this contraption right here. Although, there it goes. Yeah, although we would need more iron, obviously, so that's the situation with that. It might actually be worth it in the future to just go ahead and find some pure veins and put a Mark II, because you got to remember, it's the regular vein is 60, doubled makes 120, but the pure vein is already 120 by default. It's gonna be 240. So that's quite good. That does not mean, of course, you shouldn't use normal veins. Use them. Just something to keep in mind. So, yep, that's pretty much a big task of the day already done. You're cooking up nice and quickly. I'm gonna just make a couple by, although I don't think I want to make them by hand actually. So, ore processing, that will be done in a minute. We just need to wait patiently until this one is done producing. But in the meanwhile, I can already go ahead and see what else is available and or we want. But these could be nice. It shouldn't also be that much of a problem to get all of these resources. These sound decent, but not good enough. That one I'm interested in, just because it sounds fancy enough. This one we are currently making. Then for the rest of the stuff, we're gonna need rubber and plastic. That's like for sure. So we should be doing that. And getting this stuff sorted out, yeah, should be pretty easy. But then we're gonna probably just... Alright, I'm gonna want gas mask because otherwise it's gonna be a nuisance. Fabric. I'm pretty sure we can just... Can I not make it just in a... I can. So I'm gonna need biomass and I'm gonna need some mycelium. Now I don't know if I have any mycelium on hand. But I actually do. And it's just gonna need some biomass. Well. Using the mycelium. It only said 50 fabric here in total, right? Yeah, that amount is low enough for me to just hammer away at it here. So, once this is done, which shouldn't take long at all, we can just go ahead and turn in ore processing, and then I'm just gonna turn this in prematurely. Yep. Excellent. Meanwhile, let's see how our encased steel beams are holding up. I gotta remember these are not as fast as I would like them to be. So, let's see. Gas mask we're gonna want. We need to get rubber and plastic. Like right away. That's for sure. For this stuff we are already producing everything except for those parts, so it should be fairly simple. Ironically enough. And then we are gonna probably need to make some pretty complicated machinery. we're also gonna get access to fuel and ore extractor. But for me that basically means we also need to expand the coal line over there before we're gonna be able to make use of any of that stuff. Because our power is already stretched a bit thin, and I don't think we can afford to get more. Also, seeing as these require 3 or 4 parts, I expect these crafting recipes to use it. Which will mean quite complicated stuff. Also, probably want to take a look at fuel generators next. I expect them to generate more than the coal. But also expect quite a tricky situation. This also sounds like something fun, although probably fairly expensive. So, yeah, that's quite the situation we find ourselves in. Let's see, how are you doing on emptying out your supply? Still probably gonna be more than fine for stuff like that. Well, let's see. Are you done with making enough industrial case beams? No, you're not. I really just need to wait it out because I know I can probably, like, should have probably just done it earlier. Well, let's see. So, all right, we have an all extractor which can extract 120 a minute. Extraction rate depend on the purity. That's fine. Crude oil. We have evolve. Can use the limit pipe flow rate. So they're pretty self-explanatory. Refinery refines stuff into other stuff, which we are gonna want to use it fairly obviously to get it into plastic and to rubber. But we will need to see how those ratios are. And I also don't expect the refinery to be cheap in terms of resource that it will require. So yeah, should have definitely set this up earlier. Didn't mildly brain the price for it right now. I'm actually just gonna grab all the materials from it and go to the crafting bench. So that's actually enough to just make it all. And the rest of the materials we will just keep in our own inventory for later use. Is that enough? I apparently cannot count it. Well, bit more. Mm-hmm.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can
Mm-hmm.
be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery.
Okay.
Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Hmm. Well, let's see. We got a valve which does need rubber, so we don't have access to that right away. For production, we have a refinery, we have an oil extractor. They all need encased steel beams, and they both need motors. Well, luckily we can get motors pretty easily. The encased steel beams, it will take a minute. And then that should all be good. Motors, we got plenty of those. Also, yeah, I won't be putting up one of the new goals there because there's not much point currently to actually doing that. So I probably want to see what the refinery is about first. The oil extraction tinny, I will have a brief look at that, but I suspect it's just that version of a miner for fluids. So, yeah, that shouldn't be too surprising. Oh, extractor. Yeah, I need a place on the source board, so that pretty much confirms my use case of that. So that's gonna be a refinery. Eh. So the first thing I notice is that's a fairly sizable building. Like, this is about the level of the normal buildings. That one towers above it. So, yep. Up. Got to remember that I didn't build this step properly, so I need to do stuff like this. So, yoink, yoink, yoink. Yeah, there we go. Yep. That's all there is to that. So, we have a pretty big building. Let's see what types of product this can make. Seems like this can make a lot of stuff. Fuel and petroleum coke. I don't think that's really necessary. An alternative to concrete. No real need for that. We're gonna want at least 2 of these. That's for sure. So, this requires heavy ore residue. Ah, so you can either go for the pure one or not. I'm Guessing this produces less stuff. This produces 20 rubber a minute, okay. And if I go for the pure, it also goes for 20 a minute. 30, 30. Why would I not use that alternative recipe? I guess I gotta process it somehow into fuel, but like you need crude or you produce it directly. Heavy oil residue in fuel. Okay. So we might want to start out on just these two and then later on just switch them over. Because I can't actually build a fuel generator right now. So that's why, that's the reason they give you options, and I don't want to bottle it all up. It seems productive or useful. So let's see. I need polymer resin and I need water. How one? I get it as a byproduct of that. The oil residue can be refined into that. I don't need that. A byproduct. How am I gonna deal? So, hold on. We actually need this one. And then I don't care much about the fuel part. Wait, it can be used as fuel for vehicles. I don't think that vehicle is good for that, the truck. Let me just briefly look that up. Fuel. We might want to package it instead anyway. That makes this quite a bit trickier. That means that I might just want to bring it over to a central production line then. So, gonna need crude oil. There. Also, these use 30 megawatts. For their recipes, so that means we definitely do not have enough power at all to satisfy these beasts. So, that's quite the jump in requirement. Let's see, so ideally you would want a fuel generator. But if I'm not mistaken, that's all the way over here. And very much requires the rubber. Wait. Did I overlook something? Let me place it back, like right there. I'm overlooking something. Oh, wait a minute. This recipe here just requires crude oil. which will get me heavy ore residue, but that's easier to deal with than that. Petroleum coke. I mean, sure. It's just a worse version of coal, though. We might be able to just process that. Yeah, overlook that, or look at it the wrong way in any way. So, that all being said and done, heavy ore residue goes in. And out comes the petroleum coke, which I guess I can do something with that. And here it's crude oil goes in, heavy ore residue goes out. Well, that does mean I want quite a bit more motors and some industrial case steel beams. And then I really need to think about how am I gonna do this effectively. You're at 100% efficiency, we'd like to see that. And I suspect some of the stuff over here is already backlogged. Yep, that's backlogged. And you are happily chugging along. And yeah, it got to 100%. It should eventually all back stuff. And that should be pretty good. Yeah, also because it's currently like producing way too much. Because currently it's using 3 for 2. Which is like, pretty decent amount of overkill, but fine with me. Power production currently looking stable enough, but we probably want to head over there and see how much wiggle room we actually have for that. And that's perfect. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, hold on, I can catch up with it. Especially if the Pathfinder is going to be weird. Yeah, Pathfinder is sometimes weird. But then again, that's also a bit of an odd loop I created there. Game, I hope you realize I'm on the tractor. Game? Game? Alright then, that was quite something. Was my tractor earlier causing crashes? It's because it's getting so out of luck. You really want to fight? Yeah, I don't even care about Hawker mates enough to just take them with me. That was wild, so I'm glad that didn't leave it like, what in the world? Yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna see if I can just clip that. Because that was like, what? Then, so, yep. I'm just stuck running up there over there by myself. Also, there's a green slug or yellow slug over there. Not green, what am I saying? Blue, yellow, the purple. So I don't know how the game determined that, but that's quite something. Mm-hmm. Then also, yeah, I'm just gonna be waiting until the truck comes back. Because that will be faster than me running over there, but that does mean, yeah. Well, yeah, I think that will make a good clip though. Freaking flying trucks. Meanwhile, yay, my truck's on the way. Which means I can yoink it. Like, that was my goal. I'm not gonna be waiting for the autopilot. Because I know it has plenty of stuff. Also, that makes me think of a good idea in regards to the rubber and the plastic processing. So, I could use a truck maybe for that stuff. Did I leave my man up? Did I leave a man up there? Just like, yeah, I left something up there. Oops. Well, I'll clean it up later. Also, yeah, this part is a tiny bit jank, but it's not the worst. Like, this is definitely steeper probably than recommended, but like, it works, so it stays, I guess, in this case. To be fair, I also still have a random rampart down there that I haven't cleaned up either. So, yay, we're there. I will let it just refuel for a bit. And then I'm gonna exit the vehicle. There we go. Much better. So, now to get to the original point of I needed to go to my power output. We're having an issue of power being too low. Are you guys good on efficiency? Okay, just spread fairly thin, but still works. Good enough. Might just be because of the slope belts here. I should go ahead and upgrade this patch to Mark II as well. I know it's probably really not necessary, but like, should allow it to look a bit nicer. Yeah, and we are gonna have gaps in between there because at this point it has split up a lot of its resources for that. But yeah, those all work. So that part is good. The part that's not good is that even with all of those running, we have a production of 600. Let's also see if that matches, but I think it does. 75. Yeah, that matches. Easily matches. So, with that being said and done, I think seeing as ore is gonna need a lot of power, like each of these machines use 30 apiece. We need at least 4 of them, I think. And probably some other miscellaneous machines as well. Yeah, that means we are going to want to get some more power. And good, the backup haven't been running that much, so at the very least this is only needed for peaks. But now that we've also added the steel, it is probably gonna be producing pretty non-stop. Yeah, we're gonna need 4 more of these. Also, yeah, we're definitely gonna need to run back to base to, like, get more stuff. Like, at the very least. That will get us some stuff. So, the water is easy. The placement for the coal generators, I mean, they are huge, but worst comes to worst, we build a huge platform over the lake. Oh yeah, and the water extractions are also gonna need power, aren't they? But our first and foremost concern is gonna be coal. Although, hold on, are you a Mark 1? Huh. Please tell me I have stuff to make frames. We do. Alright, these are annoyingly slow to produce by hand. But I think it still beats running back for stuff. MK2, yeah, it's not gonna want to probably do an in-place upgrade if you don't have the necessary materials. And I don't have a storage box. But luckily I don't need to puzzle that much stuff. I can deposit of leaves. I won't even be bothered to have lost some of the house. So please hurry up because I don't want my power going down. That makes me so nervous. Because it did cut off for just a second. And those things need some time to warm up. And they are using quite a bit. Although, to be fair, the first ones are backstuffed. I'm more worried about the ones at the back. Alright. Yes, go, go, go. I'm so nervous for my power right now. Let's see. You're still good. For now, at the very least. Your consumption currently isn't that high. I'm pleased about that because I think these are gonna shut down. Or not. They're holding up better than I expected. Come on, come on. Also, yeah, to even notice any sort of difference here, we are gonna require Mark III belts all the way here. But that does save me the hassle of putting another goal instead. Although I think we also have one more over here. Yeah, which is pure. So that should be fairly good. Also, come to think of it, do we just want to go nuts with power? Like we can hook up another 8 here and it will give us 600 more. But what I could also do, would it be crazy to just set up 2 more lines? Although to be fair, that's gonna need like 16 more or 12 more of those. And they're also quite space happy. But I can build long ladders. Let's do that actually. After setting up more on this line, of course. So what we're gonna need is quite a bit of steel. Because these belts are all gonna need to be Mark III's here. And then let me review how I said it before. Yeah, this is currently set up like that. And I should fix that one while I'm at it, so yeah, if we want to talk about something that won't work, that's it, Chief. First of all, let's get some foundations in. So that will work like that. And then If I expand out there, I won't have room there. Do I need to go a bit higher, perhaps? Hmm. It's definitely gonna require, or maybe you can just do it over there. Because to be fair, we do have a nice sized lake over here. And let's try to do it as low as possible though, come to think of it, otherwise I'm gonna need to get head lift for the pumps. Just one higher? Come to think of it, that's probably enough. Let's expand all the way over to the max. And then in a minute I'll go ahead and grab my chainsaw for this. Because this is definitely a case of that those trees need to go down. And we already need quite a bit more concrete as well. I don't have enough biofuel. I think that's probably one of the items I put away. Like, I don't need this anytime soon. Except for the fact when I need it. Well. Or do I have it in my inventory? I don't think I do. I think I left it all the way back at home base. Luckily for me, biofuel. Easy enough to craft. I want to use the leaves because mycelium is that I also need for other resources, and I don't remember, but I think mycelium one of those that's like on the cusp of being a bit of a pain to get. One single piece of concrete is useful. Keep in mind I don't need all of the biomass, I need some. Although I might just want to clear it all out. Meanwhile these, like 1 or 2 pieces, these 7 leaves I don't need. If anything, let me dump like 2 stacks of iron. Because, yeah, if we're gonna go over stuff I don't need, it's that. I'm just gonna craft this whole bunch. Also speaking of, I know I probably don't have anywhere near enough for this, but can we just do what I can already? Can we also do the elevator here? That part's not even required. That's exactly that. Okay, good. And just to confirm, it is pulling up 214 minutes, right? Yes, which is very good. So that should mean at the very, very least we have a fairly easy path forward. And yeah, hold on. MK2 miner. I mainly need the frames. How big of a pain would it be to get those frames? Not that bad, honestly. Still way more effort than I would like, but I'll just deal with it, I guess. Hmm. Yep. And I don't think it hurts to already connect this to a power pole. Wait, really? I have exactly enough. Well, that worked out. That can go there, and this can go here, and then I already have another one for over here. So, this doesn't matter too much, because like, it's gonna blow up a bunch of coal that we're not gonna use right away. But we will have a use for soonish. Also, yeah, I'm literally thinking about building another one of those and just mimicking this whole setup with floor above, which would be a stupid amount of power. But to be fair, we are using a stupid amount of power. So, yeah. Also, other than, let's see, what do the pipes need? They require the scopper tins, that's fine. Head lift would require a rotor. Yeah, that works out fine. Coal generator. Huh. I'm not bad on either of those resources. Most thing I need is wiring, and I have wiring. My base. So that one's fairly easy. That one's fairly simple. The main thing I'm gonna need is splitter materials also. Alright, note. Bring a tunnel wiring. Right, chainsaw. We're gonna need more concrete as well. Do I need to be this far back? Looking at it now. I probably don't. I built these a bit farther back than I realized. Well. And over there's another lake, so this is like prime spot for gold generation. Hmm. And that saves me from needing to go through some effort. Yeah, it's like a little bit bigger than the previous setup, but that's fine, I think. Let's see, 8 of them. One, two, three, four. And then I'm just out of iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that platform is actually the perfect size. Let me just go underneath here and just cut down the tree. And why not? Some of this other vegetation can go as well. Yoink! And that takes care of all of that. Let me quickly double check here, but I think I already got everything from here. Yeah, I did. This is a random thing of pure iron ore, which I'm not sure why it's there, but eh. Don't really need it. Also, yeah, we've explored a fair bit of the map, but there is still more to explore technically. So, we will see what comes out of that. So, main things we need, more iron, concrete we're actually fairly good on. We are gonna want hold on, did I place this one wrong? Let me fix that real quick. Never thought I would expect to run into not having enough wire here. So yeah, enough wire, some more copper tins. Yeah, a lot more of those copper tins. And then we should be good. And then we're gonna turn around and develop the coal again. So that power won't be an issue for a while. And that sounds like a pretty decent plan to me. Am I gonna want to yoink the truck again? Yeah, sure. And the best part about yoinking it here is I don't need to travel upwards again. Hey truck, I'm gonna yoink you here. Yep, just making the turn around. And go, go, go. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. With this being a pretty decent solution from going back and forth to my base, I should see if I can get some type of vehicle. Don't need to hoard this every time. Although this works for now, so what works, right? Let's let it roll out a bit. And then put it here. By the way, I'm not all in on the pedal. If I was, you would notice it. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. And now it needs to figure out what its orientation is. Hopefully it won't glitch out too much again. I'll just be watching it for a minute. Yeah, look, this is what it's supposed to do. Like, the fact that it was all the way over here before didn't happen. Yeah, now it's behaving pretty well. So, no idea why it wasn't behaving before, but now it works. And I'm not that worried about no coal getting in that trap because we're using more than I'm expecting, apparently. Pretty happy about that. Oh. So, let's see. Where in the world does one keep his wires? Right over here. And those only go 200 a stack, so... Time to get rid of stuff I don't necessarily need. I don't really need coal here. The frames would probably want more of. Steel ingot I should toss in the machine somewhere, honestly. I don't need this many of these. I don't need to hold on to biomass as well. The 50 for the gas mass research I should honestly just toss in here already. So it doesn't clog up my inventory. At the very least. You are producing quite a number of stuff, so that's nice. In case steel beams. Yeah, not for the part that's gonna be tricky though. We're gonna need steel. And it seems like that production line up above is starting to get backstuffed for steel beams, which is quite a convenient thing actually. Are you getting backstuffed? Yeah, for sure. Alright, and yeah, your merger. Let's see. I would be reminiscent not to use an industrial size store. Alright. So let's make a quick alteration to the design. Yeah, the pipes I will hook up eventually, just don't feel like this. So let's see. They're marked once, so they can stay marked once. I'm not too worried about that worn in. Industrial storage. I expect to be able to just wrap the belt around here. No. Nope. Also, seeing as we need so many of them, I just want to store them right in here. And it will just be my stats that I can take from. So whenever we're out doing a bunch of stuff that takes a minute or two, that can fill up. I also in general never want my production of steel to stop, seeing as I need so much of it. I'll grab a couple of stacks of that. Also, yeah, for some stuff I am prepared, for some stuff I'm like totally underprepared. I don't. That's take all of it. I need more steel still. I'm definitely not at the point where I have enough of that. And once that's done, definitely gonna want to double up on the stuff. So, yep, that will work out. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. A decent amount of them, but like nothing to sneeze at. Or nothing to be pressed about, I should say. Let's see. It's currently using about 120. They would all make 180, so maybe I should, since I'm not planning on using steel recipe here for now, let's actually switch that up to that, and then this can go over to here to go straight into there. That will do. And this stuff I want. Did I just put the stuff in there? You know what? Sure. I'm probably gonna look back and think, why do I have this random tin sitting there? But eh. Using the environment to my convenience at the very least. Yep, that works out pretty nicely. Do I have enough steel at this point? 63 only. We're gonna need to go back up again and see. Also, yeah, I definitely want to check back in the future. That should be fun enough to play around with. Meanwhile, 140. I'm gonna yank some more belts off here. Done. I can at the very least say in the meanwhile this is producing towards hard content. That's gonna be a tiny amount of fall damage. I'm fine with taking some. In the meanwhile, where is the truck? I can hop on it and take a ride back. Because to be clear, it is something we should definitely fix as soon as possible. The fact that my factory can currently produce more power than, or ask for more power than that there is. Which doesn't work on any sort of power. Like in this game, if your system asks more than what you produce, is like you get like a little sound and like ping. You broke the fuse. Yep. Yep, let me go ahead and drive the tractor. No, 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 no. Ow. It didn't take any damage from that. Oh, I have some sturdy machines. I don't understand. Like, it has a health bar. Oh boy. Well. Me failing today twice in a row. Or, well, not in a row, just twice today. Oh boy. Meanwhile, let me check how long we've been going for. Can still go a bit long. Moving up in the world. Literally. Also, yeah, we definitely should look into better ways to transport stuff. Half of the reason which is why I want to do that is because it sounds cool. So I like different transportation option because I've only used this one so far. And while this one is neat, that's for sure, I want to see what other options are available and what they can do. So, yeah. Also, yeah, I don't expect to be able to finish up coal power today. I might just upgrade it in between stuff. Because honestly, I don't see a particular need to do this part on stream, so I'll think about it. Then yep. Mm-hmm. Moving up, moving up, moving up. Yep. And now it can go back to probably an almost empty, if not empty chest. So yeah, we should have plenty of cables now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that should all work out pretty nicely. Then I also need to change up that mechanism. Can I lose that amount of power for now? No, I cannot. That became a sync no very quickly. Hold on. Is it? It's slightly bigger than one tile. But I think I do still have some foundational stuff here. I can at the very least fix that. Or so. Yep, we are doubling up. 4 more water extractors. Yeah. Just go ahead and get those situated. One here, one here. One here, and then we can have I'm close to another thingy apparently. 5 cross. Pipe. Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I have 4 powering up 1. Alright. 5 cross. 1, 2, 3, 4. So should be the first one that needs water. Second one that needs it. And then this is the 4th one. Which, yeah, my pipework is messy. Eh. But at the very least, pipework is pretty easy to do quickly enough. Mm-hmm. Yoink, 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 yoink. Yeah, and then the only tricky thing is I probably won't a rampart that goes like one higher and then flat foundation all the way. Yeah, this should work out. This is basically the same setup as I had over there. Just this is slightly taller at best. Hmm. That still has room. That's absolutely perfect. One here, one here, one here. Keep in mind we potentially need quite a few of these. Although I think this is enough for that. Like, we are high on power consumption. But we should be fine, I think. The main thing I want to know is this water getting up here? Is it able to go up here? Because I know the water, like, it needs to fill up. I know that's the thing with water. Oh, it's not flowing that quickly currently. Zero flow rates. Are you filling up here? Is this too high? Like, it's only a tiny bit higher than that, but maybe that's enough. Well, then we're gonna need to check underneath, but we might just need to install a head lift there. I think that's what they're called. Pipeline pump Mark 1. Yeah, those are definitely flowing much faster. So that basically just confirms to me that I got install one of those for that setup to be able to work. Alright. And it says Mark 1, so there's more stuff. Alright, so how does one use one of those? So it needs to be placed on the pipe, apparently. I'll figure out how this works today. I hope. Oh, it just goes on the pipe and it makes it so it can have a bigger head lift. Okay. In that case... just doing that should be pretty good, and then I need power wire. I can just hook it up to here. Recommended max heavy lift is 20. It seems to be getting there, mostly. Dun 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 dun. Well, in any case, let us quickly run back and check on it. yoink. And with some creative maneuvering over there. That's getting filled up. You're also getting filled up. Good. Then the other part is also gonna need a head lift, which I'll probably set all of this up in between stuff, because it will be the same thing. I need to fix that over there. I should have done that correct right away, but I didn't, so well. And it's gonna be slightly off centers for the first one, which can't be helped. But yeah, I can set up all of that. Then probably, although going in the height with bumps is annoying, so we might just want to get over to that lake over there and set up our stuff over there. But yeah, I think that will be for next time. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and raid out. But thank you so much for watching and have a great of your day. Bye bye. Dun dun dun. Pretty happy with the progress, by the way, today. Dun 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 dun. Yep, bye bye.